Hello, we are the geeks and degenerates, and look, we see Hazel's face now.
Yeah. It's actually my first time seeing face. It's like moving, alive,
Moving. Yeah,
Animated. Yeah.
animated, which is
yeah.
not real.
Alright. But yeah, if you've seen the title and the thumbnail, we are doing X, which came out this year. A fairly new horror movie, which when we did, John and I did Lady Bird, Nina wouldn't stop talking about it, since it does come from A24, and she hyped it up, and I think it buys into it, kind of. John thinks otherwise, and we'll see what Hazel thinks of it afterwards. But yeah, it is directed by Ty West and stars Mia Goth, Jenna Ortega, Martin Henderson, and
Kid Cudi.
Kid Cudi.
Any snow?
Brittany Snow from Pitch Perfect. Which, like, I like the change in genre.
Right, right. Like I like that she's expanding her career. Yeah.
Well, I mean, she did other things other than Pitch Perfect. Like, I knew her before Pitch Perfect. She's been around for a while.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
But yeah, and leaning into the degenerate part of Geeks and Degenerates, this is about people trying to make a porno, an adult film.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. I like it that Hazel has like lit up a cigarette. It's very into theme to this movie.
Yeah.
I like that.
It's set in the 70s, so what
Yeah,
seems
79.
fitting. Yeah.
79.
Yeah.
Seems fitting because like 70s movies or movies set in the 70s always have like this dirt or grime associated with them. Like, alright.
Yeah, even with their partners. Ron Jeremy, how you doing, old man?
Shit.
If you know him, nice.
Nice. But yeah, getting into it, they're trying Wayne and Lorraine
You can
and
do it.
Freddie, like Maxine, are trying to make this adult film, and they do,
Bobby Lynn.
yeah, Bobby Lynn and Jackson, they're all part of the crew trying to make an adult film in Texas, and then
Which is like a very heavily religious. At that time,
Rural Texas.
yeah,
Yeah.
like oh,
Listen, it doesn't matter if it's 1979 or 2029, it still is.
all right.
Yeah,
Sex is a no-no. You vagrants, you degenerates,
you keep seeing this preacher being like, "How dare they try to corrupt us good Christian folk?" Like, oh, all right, that makes sense in this time. Why not?
Yeah, but no, the fact that they're still like that, I'm like, oof.
Yeah.
Times are changing, old man.
They're living in the past.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and
That's true.
like they do find this farmhouse to film, and they do talk to the farmer, but the farmer's like, "Y'all are trespassing on private property," and then
Yeah.
he's like, "Calm down."
Presents
Right
them with a shotgun.
Yeah, like right off the bat, this guy just points a gun. Sure, he says like, "Oh, it's not loaded." I just point it. It pretty much works on its own. But I was like, still,
Yeah,
like, man, you had a call. You should have like been ready to be like, "Oh, I got a client who's renting out like the farmhouse." But I guess I don't know. I don't live in Texas, so who knows? Maybe there's some psychopaths out there
yeah.
that you need a shotgun right off the bat.
And like I do like the foreshadowing and like
Get off my lawn.
Exactly.
and like the place and like little details, like you see like Jackson has like dog tags. You're like, huh, I guess he used to serve in the army, and he's
Yeah.
does say like,
Vietnam.
yeah, he's
Yeah.
a Vietnam vet, and like when he tells the old Howard has this face like, oh, okay, like,
Mhm.
okay, I get
Yeah,
this.
and like Tim, he's a little bit ticked off because the guy he spoke to on the phone didn't promise this many people,
Yeah,
and he's like, "I don't like you." Right off the bat, there's already tension. There's kind of like this guy's already off. There's a creepy old lady looking through the window at our main character.
yeah.
We didn't get really a lot. We didn't get that much focus on our main character though. I would say,
Which one?
blue eyeshadow girl.
Maxine. Yeah. But like once the coast is clear, they get to the Hyakin.
The Hyakin.
Yeah,
Yeah, they get to work and like, hey, respect to the industry for working with what they got at the time,
Yeah.
they really did have to do it a little bit like in a sneaky way.
Yeah.
Yeah, respect to all the filmmakers in any genre.
Yeah, and like I like RG's perspective. Like we're not just making any porno; we're making cinematic porno. Like this is something new, and it makes sense in the '70s because when the adult film industry was growing, this leveled the playing field of people being like, I guess we can get into the movie industry.
Mm-hmm.
But like, of course, times changed. But like, it's interesting to know like, thanks to porn, like that's how VHS won over Betamax, and how DVD won over CDs, and you know now people stream it.
Porn, game changer.
Yeah, yeah. Just funny facts like that, Rick. Of course.
Yeah.
Porn, good for everyone. Hmm.
Do it at your own time, though.
Yeah. But yeah, as they're doing the Hyuk and Maxine goes out for a swim, and like,
I hate this scene. I hate the scene so fucking much. Why? Why? Why would you go into a murky fucking lake and just be like, I think this is fine. Splash. And I'm like, really? Really? I don't like water. I mean, I like to take a bath, but I don't want to take a bath in the middle of the ocean. Kind of deal.
I can get it. Like, I understand it. You might not like it, but I understand it. Like, you want to swim, right? You want to have a fun time, you know. So like, it doesn't matter what the water's like, right? Because for example, like I've swam in the Erie Canal. The Erie Canal is not clean by any means. Lake Erie, for that fact, really isn't either. But I swam in that as well. Like, and you look at it, and it's just like it's green, and brown water, and it's like, I'm jumping in.
Oh my god. Okay, if I'm with friends, like, sure. Because at least I know the chances of me being picked off first is very
low.
low. Like, whatever's in the water, I know, like, maybe somebody else might get it.
So there's always something in the water, and it's
Yeah.
always out to get you.
Exactly. And that's when we see that fucking gator. And she's
Yeah.
like swimming nonchalant while this thing's like torpedoing its way towards her. I was like, oh,
Yeah.
fucking water, please. This is the only part in the movie where I went like this. I was
Yeah.
like, no.
Like for Slasher, the scariest thing is nature, which makes sense.
That's true, because one, you're like, oh, look at that log. Ah, death roll.
Yeah. But as she's swimming, we do see like Pearl look at her, and then as she gets out, she invites her to her house, and like you get the sense that she longs to be, you know, young again, to be sexually desired. You're like, I guess this is the main villain's motive.
Yeah, she talks about like her age and stuff. Yeah.
Yeah.
And like, oh, when my husband went to war, we were so young. And you see the photo, you kind of like see a resemblance to Maxine and Pearl. We're like, oh, that's odd.
Well, it's the same actress, so.
Yeah. No, but that's like the whole story. It's like, oh, she sees herself
Yeah.
in here. I was like, ah.
Yeah.
And I will say, what brand is that eyeshadow? That thing never came off. Those things were resilient.
Right.
I mean, most makeup is actually harder to just like come off naturally than you think.
Really? Well, I'll never try to
Yeah.
do those.
But I mean, you know, like if you just get like a tissue or you know the cleansing cloth or whatever, like you just wipe it off.
Okay.
It takes some exertion though. Like if you're using like a dry like Kleenex or something, and you're like trying to get eyeshadow off, it takes a while. Like that shit stays on.
Unless you have like a solution to just, immediately just...
Yeah, like the cleansing wipe that I talked about.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
like an acidic wipe or whatever that just takes the makeup off. I forget what the hell it's called right now.
It's fine.
And like one
Right.
of the things about this movie is that how Mia Goth can play both Pearl and Maxine at the same time. She kind of stands out more in Pearl than Maxine for me.
I agree with that. Dude, I swear to God, like, I really thought these were just old people. Like, they did an amazing job with the prosthetic. I was like, was like, oh, this amazing old lady. Let me look at her IMDb. And I was like, oh, it's actually a young person underneath all them wrinkles.
Yeah.
I didn't know. See, like, good at
It's
her.
like
'Cause-
every old person.
yeah. yeah.
But yeah, she gets back to the house and she's a bit shaken up, but like she does cocaine and she takes her part in the Hyakin. And like
Mhm.
at the same time, Lorraine, played by Jenna Ortega, is like, I kind of want to do the Hyakin too. And so does Pearl as she looks through the window, like, Hyakin, I miss the days.
I miss the days.
Yeah,
But yeah, like,
Yeah.
see, like, the cameraman's, what's his name? RJ?
yeah,
RJ's,
RJ, yeah.
RJ's girlfriend wants to get in on it as
Yeah.
well. And you just see the pure despair on, like, the cameraman's face. I was like, I didn't sign up for NTR. If y'all don't know what NTR means, I don't know what the acronym is, but it's a let's say love of your life gets fucked by somebody else and you have to watch kind of deal.
hmm.
It's that kind of yeah. It's like being cucked, but I think being cucked is like he has to enjoy it. The one being cucked is enjoying it. Here, this guy does not enjoy it,
Yeah,
and it is a kick.
Voyeurism?
Is that what it's called?
Yeah, when somebody's just like off to the side, not involved, just watching what's happening, that's voyeurism.
All right, but I think it's a
I
different.
mean, generally, yeah, because generally voyeurism involves the person watching getting sexually excited, and he's not.
Hmm. He's not.
It's like that.
We're getting second-hand information from Crims.
Uh,
Talking about a porn horror movie, okay?
Porn, Crim. Porn.
but yeah,
But yeah, it's NTR. The guy doesn't enjoy it, thus breaking his heart. That is a kink.
yeah, and
It's
like
odd.
at the same time this is going on.
Yeah, because she has a scene with Jackson, and then RJ like breaks down crying in the shower.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
He pulls a Spider-Man.
Oh yeah, like, but at the same time, Pearl is trying to get Howard to do Hyakin. He's like, I can't, my heart. You're like, he has a
Yeah.
point. He can barely walk without needing to take deep breaths. Like, I don't think he can take it.
Yeah, it takes a lot out of the guy. And this is a point where we're like, oh shit. So all I want to do is to feel young again. So why stab him in the throat? What's happening here?
Right.
Is it proven that Pearl is just crazy, or are they both crazy, or
I get you.
there's
Yeah.
an ulterior motive?
I guess once she stabs him, she gets some sexual arousal out of it.
I guess.
Yeah, like she has some violent tendencies, and he's complicit in her activities.
Yeah, like, I just want to make
Because,
my
like-
wife happy.
Yeah, because like I don't know if I'm jumping too far ahead, but like they find the car in the lake,
Mm.
and so obviously he put it there.
Yeah.
He's complicit in. He's an accomplice.
Right. Oh
Yeah.
yeah. Oh wait, I forgot. Yeah, there was a guy who's strapped underneath like the basement.
Yeah.
Yeah, and when the dude goes in the basement and then he to find something, and then Howard locks him in, they find a body down there.
Oh
Oh,
yeah.
yeah.
So it's something that they've been doing. They've been luring people into their home and then letting his wife do whatever the fuck she does to them.
Yeah, like poor Lorraine is stuck in the basement, and like RJ nearly gets decapitated. Or like, Jesus Christ. Like I would say Wayne gets the least, or well, Jackson gets the least bloodiest, or like
Which one's Jackson?
this
That guy.
Marine.
Oh,
Kid
Kid Cudi. Yeah, I would say Kid Cudi had it the best because like it was quick.
Yeah.
Like, I feel a little bit betrayed though, because like, damn, I felt bad because he was such a good guy. Like,
Yeah.
all throughout the movie, I'm like, oh, he's trying to help. He thought the old man drowned, and like right off the bat, bang!
Yeah.
Like, oh, there goes Kid Cudi.
Though I would say Bobby kind of gets it quick because she tries to help out the old woman.
She was flailing. She was trying her best to get out of that death row.
Oh yeah. And it was a
I would say
headshot
this is,
too.
yeah, I would say this is probably one of the coolest kills
Yeah,
in this entire movie. As sadistic as that sounds,
the gator roll.
the gator roll was the coolest one because I was like, I saw it coming, but she was
Yeah.
like, oh, and she was nice about it.
Doesn't she like push her into the water or something?
Yeah.
Yeah, she like pretty much tosses her in, and we already know that there is an alligator in the water.
Yeah. She tries to help Pearl. She's like, I don't need no nurse. How dare you flaunt it around? And she's like, move out of the way, bitch. And she just pushes Bobby.
Yeah, well, she was kind of shaming her for her lifestyle, and she was like, sorry if you didn't live the way you wanted to live.
Yeah.
That's your fault, not my problem. And then she gets tossed in. And I was like, damn, I liked her too. She was nice.
Yeah.
She was kind enough to put a blanket over you, old lady.
Felt
After
bad.
you've been creepily touching Maxine.
Yeah, she got
while she
naked.
sleeps.
With Maxine in the bed, you're like, this is creepy beyond measure, but alright.
I don't like that.
Yeah, like she got naked and then jumped into her bed while she was sleeping and started touching her.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, with her bloody hands after killing her boyfriend.
Yeah. But like after killing Bobby, they go back and they start yucking in the bed of Maxine, and Maxine has to crawl out under. You're like, this is suspenseful, but at the same time, it's like, yeah.
Yeah, I'm like, I'm glad you're rekindling your youth,
Yeah.
but do I have to see it? I'm like, I don't want to look anymore. And then Maxine gets her like, she like scoots out of the way,
Yeah.
enough to like get to the truck, and hear what was her name again?
Lorraine.
Lorraine. Oh yeah, there was a scene. I hated the scene where she axes the door.
Yeah.
She tries to go for the lock. I wish she just cut a piece nearer to the lock. But anyway, then the guy butts her hand, and you see the bone stick out of her middle finger. I was like,
I'm like, oh,
good on you, A24. Good on you. Little bits of detail.
Yeah. And then after that, Maxine does help her.
I love A24 as a studio.
They don't shy away from gore or like the itty bitty bits of detail that they're like that will unnerve you if it comes to a horror movie.
I mean, that one fight.
I've seen quite a few of their movies actually. I can't really like think of the names probably because they don't A24 movies really don't get that much promotion.
Oh yeah.
But they've come up in the years. Because I started watching them a few years ago, like I don't know, starting like 2013 maybe, I want to say.
That's early.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so like they make quality movies, right? Some of them, like as far as like the making of the movie is quality, it's the movie itself, like the actors or the story or whatever, might not be the greatest. But just like the general filmmaking, they make good films as far as that goes.
Yeah, and then as of recent, they started getting like star-studded cast.
Yeah.
Yeah, they've upped their game more recently.
Yeah.
Like John was mentioning, they don't shy away with violence, and that you see that in like the Northman and that one fight scene in Everything All at Once. Have to shove stuff up their butts. You're like, only A24, man. Only A24.
It worked.
Was that an A24 movie as well?
Yeah.
Everything all at once, whatever.
Everything everywhere all at once. Yeah, it's a tongue twister to say.
Yeah, me and Krim watched that like I don't know a week or two ago. It was really good. It was weird, but it was good.
Yeah. And I would say A24 is the only studio that can make a dildo fight look really cool.
No, wrong. Jay and Silent Bob Strike Back.
I have never seen that.
Yeah, he's never seen the Kevin
Oh
Smith
my
movie.
god, Mark Hamill's in it. They use dildo lightsabers. Come on.
Okay, I'm watching it then.
Yeah.
I'm watching that.
Yeah, Mark Hamill picks up a dildo lightsaber and fights Jay. And I think Silent Bob as well. Like, 2-on-1.
I'm
Yeah.
gonna give that a shot. I'm gonna give that a shot. Hopefully, we do a review and you could be in it as
Yeah.
well.
But yeah, getting back to the movie, like she frees Lorraine, and Lorraine's like, "I hate you. Why do you make me do this?" And she runs up to the front door and literally eats shotgun.
Eats lead right up.
Yeah, like fucking Maxine just saves this bitch from the basement,
Yeah.
and she just goes running out, and bang!
That shit was so funny to me. I'm sorry. I was like, I kind of expected it, but at the same time, I just like, I just died laughing. I was like, that was unexpected,
Yeah.
but that was
She
good.
kind of gets her revenge.
Yeah, she
Yeah.
does.
Like if you have.
She scares Howard to death.
Yeah.
Yeah, she.
No, like if you have any doubts that it was a lethal shot, she kind of has like 1% life still in her, just enough
Yeah,
to
just-
gurgle.
just enough to start up that heart attack in Howard.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's been downed, but not killed yet. She doesn't have a self-revive.
Nah.
Yeah. No.
Oh, what was it called again? Like in Call of Duty, that you toss a grenade after you die. That was pretty much it.
Oh, like an afterlife or whatever?
Her life. There we go. Yeah.
And then Maxine confronts Pearl, and she's like, "I will not accept a life I don't deserve. Get out of the way."
In sync to the preacher on the TV.
Yeah.
I was like, odd. Why is her words so it resembles that?
Yeah, and like, this is what I mean about foreshadowing, because when the Howard was like, "Oh, I just waved the shotgun around," and Wayne was like, "Yeah, me too. I have a gun in the glove."
Glove box.
Yeah, and I just waved it around too. But so when she's aiming a gun, I was like, the old man was lying. Was Wayne lying?
Right? So I was
Yeah.
like, oh, so it was pretty much a standoff where she was pointing the gun and not really a standoff, but like, it was intense because I was like, is it loaded or not?
Mm-hmm.
And then you hear click, 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 click. And I'm like, shit! Fuck!
And then Maxine picks up the shotgun, and
No,
I'm sorry,
that was
Pearl
Pearl.
gets the shotgun, and then Maxine ducks in time, and Pearl gets blasted by the, what do you call that? The recoil.
Apollo
Yeah.
13 could never. Apollo 13 could never. The way that woman flew. I was like, oh my.
Turn me to the moon. No, it's fly me to the moon. I'm stupid.
It's okay.
Yeah, it's fun.
Ground control the major, Tom.
Embarrassment.
And then as Maxine heads over to Pearl, she's like, "My hip, please help me."
Yeah, I was like, it's our little secret.
Yeah.
And she runs her over with a
Nah.
truck.
Yeah.
I was like,
Crushes her head.
nice. Very good.
And then she makes her.
Really, motherfucker. 10 points.
Where did that come from?
But yeah, we get to where we began with the sheriff investigating what the hell happened.
Mm-hmm.
And like, you see on the TV the preacher is like, "Look, here's an example. I only get the shot of someone corrupted," and we see that Maxine as his daughter. Like, oh my, oh no.
Yeah, the freckles were there, and you see Maxine driving off, pouring a little bit more coke. I was like, she's gonna crash into something.
No.
Cow's gonna get in the way, because I thought they were gonna foreshadow like, oh, she's gonna hit a cow, because there was a cow that died earlier in this movie.
Mm.
And I was like, is she gonna die? Is she not? Oh, there's a seat.
Yeah, and then the cop discovers RJ's camera. It's like, what happened?
Making a sequel.
Yep.
I love how they're like, "What do you think happened?" He's like, "I don't know, but it's sure one fucked up slasher picture. Like, that fits this movie." Kind of.
Yeah.
I don't think there was any like killing in the video. It's just straight up porn.
Yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
he doesn't know that.
I think the thing, like when the cops are talking and he's like, oh, what do you think's on it? And he's like, I don't know, but I'm sure it's one hell of a horror film. Like, I think, even though, like, what you're saying, right, like, in the movie, the film that's in the camera is strictly the porno that they've been filming. But I think that whole scene in the dialogue on the movie that we just watched.
Gotcha. Okay. But damn, I felt bad for like everybody there because they're just working.
Right.
Like they're just honestly just working, and they just get killed off by these psychopaths. I was like, odd.
Yeah.
I wonder what Maxine is going to be about. Because Pearl, obviously, as a prequel, is just about her. I wonder what Maxine will, like... Obviously, it'll be about her, that's not what I mean. But, you know, like, what's going to happen, where they're going with that.
Right.
Is she going to be on the run? Is she going to do the exact same thing as Pearl? Not sure.
I've seen a few clips of Pearl. I'm definitely watching that. Just for Mia Goth's performance. But yeah. All in all said,
her name is long as hell, too.
Really?
Mia Goth? Yeah, like, her full name is, like, 7 different words.
Oh, like seven different first names?
Yeah.
Like, kind of deal?
It's like... Mia Silo Delata Goth or something.
Pina colada Goth? What?
But yeah, what would you rate this movie?
I would say this is not. It's not up there as a A24 movie, in my opinion. The characters weren't that really well developed. Like I didn't get a lot of them. I wanted more of them, but we didn't get a lot of that. It was very straightforward. Like, film the sex scene, get killed right after. The only A24 vibe that I'm getting from this is the prequel. Like, oh, we have a prequel where Mia Goth is Pearl. Maxine looks exactly like Pearl, and we're gonna get a story of that, and then we're gonna get another story with Maxine. This is the only A24 vibe that I'm feeling, in my opinion. Sex scenes were great. Kills were amazing, so I'm gonna give this one a solid 7 out of 10.
Yeah. I'll go one step above just because of uniqueness. Like, there's no other slasher like this, and only A24 could have approved of something. Like, I would feel like any other studio would be like, it's about a what and a what. No, it's going on streaming. But yes, since A24 takes on these interesting projects, I would say it goes one step beyond. You have a point with the character development. Like, there's not too much of that, and like the villain's motive for doing what they do seems kind of shallow and hypocritical when they're like, you guys are horrors and deviants, and then they want the same thing. You're like, so what separates you from them?
Right? Like, or is that the message?
That's like projecting. Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah. 8 out of 10 for me. How about you, Hazel?
Okay.
I mean, from what I know and from what I've seen, I would say that it would probably be like an 8 for me.
Okay.
And I pulled up her name. Her name is Mia Gypsy Mello da Silva Goth.
Yeah, that's why Hollywood's like, Mia Goth will do.
I mean, hey, Mia Goth's already a fucking sick name.
Yeah.
It really is. The thing that I like about A24 was, I guess maybe they don't do it as much now because, like you said, you know, they're getting bigger names and stuff. But what I liked about them when I first started watching them many years ago was that they reused a lot of the actors in all the movies that they made.
Yeah,
and normally, like, that wouldn't probably go over too well because it's like you might get attached to a character and then you see this actor as another character and you know, it just doesn't vibe. It's like, what? But this, it totally worked. For like the films they were making and the way they all felt, these actors portraying different characters in different movies completely separate from each other it felt good to see familiar faces. And they probably did this because of budget, but it was really good, at least for me, to have that feeling of seeing a familiar face, even if it's not the same character I've seen them previously.
It's kind of like with Christopher Nolan with Batman series to Shutter Island to oh, what was that movie again? Inception. Like he reuses a lot of these actors.
Yeah.
Yeah, like Leo and stuff, yeah.
Cillian Murphy.
Cillian Murphy. Yeah,
Yeah.
he likes using Cillian Murphy a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's nice to see like A24 like this and probably what the MCU are the two most recognizable movie studios.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like I don't think they
You
have
said,
any.
what are?
MCU, Marvel Studios, and A24.
Are the most recognizable studios as of to date. Like the
Yeah.
one where like we
Really?
have such a high bar for. Yeah.
Yeah.
We expect a lot from A24 now when A24 releases a movie.
Yeah.
Huh.
Yeah.
I mean, I can think it's definitely not the DCEU because they're kind of stumbling on that.
Yeah. Chucking
maybe-
it following.
Well, there is also like Pixar and the Disney animated movies, but like that's another.
I will say though, another good horror movie that we should watch together is Bodies, Bodies, Bodies. That shit was so fucking good.
That A24 too.
Yep.
All right.
I don't think I've seen that.
Yeah. I really suggest watching it. It's so good. It's so funny.
Yeah, like, but before we start rambling on forever again, yeah, that's been our video on X. What do you guys think? Are
Sorry.
you? It's fine. It's fine. That's our brand. But like, we can't keep the audience forever, you know.
No, they clicked off a long time ago. Anyone here staying to the end?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Respect. But yeah.
I love you.
Yeah. If you want to see more of us on YouTube, please like, subscribe, and ding the bell icon to get notified of when we upload next. We have a Facebook under the same name. We actually do trailers, we stream video games, and about our lives from time to time. We also have a Spotify podcast. So if you want to hear us on the road, you can do that. We also have a TikTok to relive our best moments. And if you already seen our Scream video, that's definitely going up there. Yeah. Individually, you can find me at Gandalf9995 on Twitter and IG. How about you guys?
You can find me at JohnGeom_ on Instagram. It is my art account. How about you, Hazel?
Sapphire Hazel 7, the number 7, for Instagram and Twitter, and then just Sapphire Hazel for Twitch and YouTube. Getting all these names out.
It's kind of difficult.
It is. But yeah, that's all the time we have for this video at least. We'll see y'all on the next one. Bye, everybody.
That
Bye.